sorry for nothing. Okay. Oh, okay. Okay, just read the words. Hello, my name is Pat, and this is a picture of my proposal thing. Oh, it's right here. Can I do? Sorry. Nope. So I'm proposing my project to work with the Parks and Recreation Department. The proposal is to build a temporary contemporary art museum, the Boston Contemporary Art Museum, or BCAM, as people will call it, if they want, on Copley Square, and for 6 months have rotating exhibitions, performances, and events drawing from the local community of artists, organizers, and organizations. I'll try. Sorry. I wasn't really sure what the best order to do this is in, so hopefully this makes sense. I'm sorry. Keep talking. I was really interested in the Copley. Thank you. That's what I was trying to do. I'm really nervous. I'm sorry. I was really interested in the Copley location because, in addition to being a high traffic wait, did I press that? Recognizable area has a really amazing history with art. This is a picture of Copley Square from the 1870s or 80s, and that's the original MFA building, which opened in 1876, and its development of the Back Bay as Boston was expanding. Copley was called Art Square or Museum Square before being named after John Singleton Copley, who was a famous artist. Oh, okay, now you go. So I know they told us to use quotes, and then I was like, oh, I don't want to use a quote because I have a problem with authority or something. But this was a good quote, so I put it in. And you can read it, and I'm also going to read it. So Copley Square was the center of the city's cultural activities, and its sphere of influence spread around for several blocks. Foremost was art with the MFA on the square, art galleries for many years. I guess I can't change it because it's a quote. Many years along the north of the square, the Boston Art Club, Massachusetts Normal Art School, which is now Mass Art, and the recently demolished St. Botolph Studios and Trinity Court, where many artists lived. And what I liked about this is just filler, was kind of on the flip side, which is apparently it was called Art Square by real estate promoters to highlight the proximity to the classy art museum as the Back Bay was being developed, which kind of reflects a lot of what's going on in Boston today with the art block condos in the South End, the failed attempt to rebrand Southie as Sobo by realtors and make it seem classy, the Innovation District. Maybe I shouldn't be saying some of this stuff out loud. In the Seaport, and so on. But drawing this connection and these parallels, I wanted to re-infiltrate the Art Square with art. Like a wolf in sheep's clothes or the Trojan horse. Those are popular stories that I don't fully know what happened in, but presenting contemporary ideas and art in the skin of a historical building, which is also poking fun at Boston's relationship with new ideas, which tends to be a little reluctant. Sorry I'm saying this in this room, and in general, I think it pays more attention to its historical relevance than its current one, although hopefully that's changing. So this is a blueprint of the building. I guess it's not a final design. The exact location within the park would be decided during development of the project, and that will kind of dictate the design of the building as well. I was originally looking at some of the older parts of Boston when I made this beautiful design, and it would be adjusted to architecture from the late 19th century, but same general idea and size and stuff. It would be 8 feet wide and 12 feet long with 96 square feet of gallery space, which if you're not good with square footage, it would be just a little bigger than the ICA. The construction and finishing of the museum would hopefully look original, reflecting some of the landmarks and houses of historical relevance around the city. It would also be presented in public as the city's oldest museum, opening a year before the MFA in the Art Square. And kind of like what I mentioned earlier, but in an area like Copley, I don't know what that means, but Copley is an area that attracts a lot of tourists, people from outside the city, people who maybe aren't normally interacting with Boston's neighborhoods or cultural community. And it seems like the best way you can get them to look at something is to trick them, and if it's old or historic or important looking, and they're on a duck boat or a history tour, maybe they'll accidentally interact with us. So this is a way to kind of draw that crowd. And here's the floor plan of the, hold on. That's the floor plan of the gallery space. It's a rectangle, there's a door and a viewing window, so that even if it's closed, you could still experience what's going on inside. And it would be staffed and have open hours, just like a real museum. I don't know what I'm doing. These are some of the inspiration things. Some of them are old houses in Boston. One is this random art museum in Vermont that is abandoned that I thought was cool. The Skinny House, which is like I don't know if this is true. I was always told that it was built out of spite to the neighbors. They were like two brothers or something. And then the original MFA. So these are just inspirations for what it might look like. And then everything would be treated at museum levels. So the curation, installation, quality of the work, the events. This is just some of the branding. It's already got the Boston seal. They kind of, similar. Well, I stole it, but I changed it. And then, so that's like a rack card, a pamphlet, a tag, so you could go in. A sandwich board, so you know what it is. Okay. The biggest reason I wanted to do this is to fill a void. This is a picture of Fourth Wall Project, my favorite art gallery in Boston, in its current state. It just seems like there's a lot of alternative spaces that look like this now, especially in neighborhoods that are being developed. Sorry to the Mark Wahlberg fans. And this is a mural that Best Dressed Signs did in Fenway that was up, I think it was paid for by developers. It was up for a couple months, and now it's like a high-rise luxury condo. And I know all these spaces and movements, these like DIY alternative art scenes are meant to exist in transition and cracks and stuff, but the fact is Boston is only so big, and we're kind of running out of these cracks or spaces to fit in. So I guess in this situation, I just felt like it was the best opportunity to create something, get people involved that are doing cool stuff, and give it a space to exist for 6 months. So that's basically the gist of it. This is just some stuff that I've done as being involved with running alternative spaces and doing some pop-up stuff. This museum, the first iteration, I guess, of it was on Columbus Park a couple years ago, and it was like pretty shitty, poorly made. Sorry. And so that's just the whatever rough draft, and then some other things that I've done. And is that? That's a picture of it when they were demolishing the MFA, I guess. I don't know. So that's it. Okay, thank you. Oh.